go by the Kutta. I'm from Tampa, Florida. You already know what it is. I'm in here with Vereen TV. Got an exclusive. Y'all watch it, man. I'm telling you, I'm on the rise.
All right, man. So what's up, man?
Not much.
So give the people a little background information on yourself for people that don't know you, where you from, name.
Man, my name is Kutta. I'm from Tampa. I already know 813 in the building. Shoot. What you want to know?
Now, what part of Tampa are you from? Is it like broken up into sections? Like, explain that.
Man, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I just, personally, I rep the whole Tampa, Florida, bro. I ain't got no.
Okay. And what was it like growing up in Tampa?
Shoot. I mean, just like everybody else, like, you got your ups and downs.
Yeah.
But you gotta determine whether you're gonna let that downside make you or break you.
Okay. And what does Tampa mean to you?
Shoot. Home.
I want to go deeper in that.
I mean, like, that's where I was born and raised. That's where everything started.
Okay. Now, as far as like the support, like what's the support like in the city for like up and coming artists?
It's kind of rough. I give them that. It's kind of rough. But they'll come around. You just got to kick the doors down. Got to make them believe first before you make anybody else believe.
Okay. Now, growing up in Tampa, what would you say your most memorable day?
Shoot, my most memorable day.
Or your craziest experience, like growing up in Tampa, you remember coming up?
Man, my first interaction with the cops with my cousin and them being dumb as hell. And we used to get in the shit.
Did you end up going to jail, or what was that? What was like the situation?
Nah, they, by the grace of God, they give us a slap on the wrist.
Yeah. Okay. And what was the household growing up like for you? Like both parents? Like what was it like?
Nah, it was one parent. My mama was there mostly. Dad in the street.
Yeah. Now, would you say you had it hard growing up or easy, as far as like the average kid?
Down so went easy.
Yeah.
But, you know, you may do it what you got.
Okay. And what would you say the most toughest situation you put your mom in or through, like coming up? Something that you remember?
Like around the time my dad died, that's when I first really got head first into the streets like that.
Okay, and how old were you when your dad passed?
I was just about to be 15. I was 14 at the time.
Okay. And what was that like as a teenager? Like what was that? Like what are some of the things you had to change in your life, like the transition, like losing a parent?
Man, it wasn't easy. I give you that, but shit. At the same time, only way you can make it through a lot of stuff, you gotta see your way through it.
Yeah.
I mean, when I lost him, I felt like I lost everything. In the days didn't even want to keep going. But if it wasn't for my mama pushing me with the help of God, shit, I probably wouldn't be here today.
And was that like before or after the music? Like when did the music come about?
Shoot, I've been doing music.
Yeah.
Like, since I was a toddler,
So it's like a family thing, I guess?
You could say that. Like when I first started, I was just freestyling with my brother and his people. And he used to try to make me sing a lot. This was before I knew I could actually sing.
Okay. Did you have a chance to finish high school? Did you finish?
Well, I came back to try to get my GED. I had dropped out when I was going through hard times, but came back to Gary.
I guess you ended up getting your GED. Now, what advice would you give to like the youth that's like thinking about dropping out?
Man, I tell them to keep striving for their dreams, man, and fuck all the other people that tell them not to, cause they just real deal. They bottom feeders. Like, you gotta think about it. I understand y'all feel like y'all dreams are over, but don't stop the next man from trying to achieve his. Get out the way and let him do it. even though they got a lot of adversities, they can push past it if they got the right influence.
Yeah. Okay, okay. And at what point in your life you started like taking music like actually serious, like serious as an artist, like
Literally when I was 14.
14, like going to the studio and stuff like that?
Yeah, man. My first time really making music was in my homeboy basement.
Yeah.
And this one, like, around the time when I was going through it, so I used to stay away from home. And I used to be literally with my homeboys every day at their house. So I learned how to record and everything from them. They used to hate my ass, though, because I'm a working ass nigga. So whenever I real deal, like,
Do something.
I put my whole, yeah. So they used to hate when I come over, because I take up all the time working in the booth.
Now, who would you say introduced you into music?
Shoot.
Like, was it like a person, or like what was your like inspiration like behind it?
My first inspiration, my family.
Yeah.
Shit, I ain't even gonna lie to you. They used to sing their ass off.
Yeah.
So, you feel me? It was the biggest inspiration. Knowing what we coming up against and what we coming through. And they used to put their pain in their music too.
Okay, okay. Now, like coming up, is it any like artists from Tampa that you looked up to, like coming up, like growing up?
Not really. Not too many of them that I really looked up to like that. So, I mean, shoot.
What about like artists like in the industry? Would you say like as a kid, like who do you like grew up listening to? Would you say?
Man, the main people everybody mostly listen to, Tupac, Big, you know, the whole Outkast. Shoot, I love Andre 3000 though, man. That nigga used to go hard.
Okay, okay. Now, what's your current like management situation? Like, are you on the label management? Like, what's
Shoot, I'm with NevaEndNevaEnough.
Okay, and when did you link up with them, and how did it happen?
Man, it took a minute for me to get here, but when he found me, it was like a family thing, bro.
Yeah.
So, you know, ever since then, we've been rocking together. Shoot, man, going hell. We making people believe in something that they didn't even believe in when they first seen me.
Yeah.
Like, niggas used to sidestep my ass on the street. Now they want to give respect to me because I'm with Russ. And we making shit happen.
Okay, okay. So them picking you up, would you say it was like a talent thing, or is it based on like who you know, or like how did it like? You say
it was all in one because he seen the talent in me.
Yeah.
Even off of who he know, you know.
Yeah.
Like he like, man, fuck that. He got something, bro. We gonna make this shit happen.
Okay. Now, what's your process in the studio? Like, do you write freestyle?
Shoot, I do them all.
Yeah.
I'm a jack of all trades when I'm in the studio. Whether I'm helping make a beat for myself, whether I'm trying to learn from my youngin' male over there trying to learn how to mix and master.
Yeah.
I'm very hands-on when it comes down to music. Like, I'm really like that.
Okay, okay. Now, break down the name and how did it come about?
The Kutta?
Yeah.
Shoot, man. Kutta came from me, real deal, just like being able to decipher a beat like that. You know, think about it. I cut up on every track.
Yeah. So was it like a given name, or like who was the person that gave it to you? It was just something you just ran with. Like
it was a given name, and I ran with it. Cause he used to call me the Kutta all the time. So, you feel me? It kind of stuck. When it stuck, we was like, fuck it, we just gonna name you Da Kutta. And we ran with that bitch.
Okay, okay. And you recently dropped a project. Now, how did break down the meaning behind the name and?
I been had that name,
yeah.
man. Bandit. See, when I was talking about Bandit, if you listen to every song on the track, it'll tell you like, man, all the strange situations I really went through, down there even when I was sleeping on my grandma's couch and shit, man. Like, it'll tell you like where I had to come from, but I ain't let it stop me. No matter how many people left me, beating the odds by myself, I ain't stopped. I kept going. I kept striving for what I know. And knowing that I'm going to be great one day. So I was like, keep pushing.
So I guess basically like coming up, you just felt like a bandit as a child and the whole?
Majority of the time, yeah.
And how would you say you overcame like that?
Well, I stopped looking at the downside of everything and looked at the bigger picture. And I was like, it don't matter if I don't have them, if I don't have nobody around me no more. I'm going to still make it regardless.
Okay, okay. And who are some of the producers you work with on the project?
Shoot, E-Man. I'll go search him up at E-Man Beats. Then my boy Chris. I'll go search him up. Christianity on Instagram. Then my cousin Youngin Chriso.
Yeah.
And,
what about engineers?
Engineer, there you go right there. Mel.
Yeah.
I'll go and search up Mix by Mel.
Okay, okay. Now, how do you feel about the Tampa music scene right now?
Well, you said for the music scene right now?
As far as like the whole Tampa.
Tampa doing good. We could do a lot better if we come together.
Yeah.
But we doing good.
Okay, okay, okay. And how long you say you been like making music?
Shoot. I've been making music since I was like 9, 10, around that area. Shoot.
And what would you say the biggest thing you had to overcome in life? Would you say?
The biggest thing overcoming in life is when you really at the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
And you gotta find your way. Matter of fact, you gotta find your purpose again. You gotta find what's gonna motivate you to drive and get up off your ass and go get what you need. Like when I was really down bad like that, at my lowest, like shoot. Ain't nobody get handouts. You couldn't see for that. So you had to go find another way. That teach you how to hustle. It teach you where your hunger comes from. It teach you how to change your energy and the hustling energy and put everything that you got into what you're doing so you can finally make it.
And what would you say like helped you overcome that? Was it like a person, the music, or what was
you heard it in the song?
Yeah.
Midnight Hour, bro. God, the only person who can really help a nigga like that. Shoot, everybody else, they'll leave for dead.
Yeah. Okay. Now, one of the topics right now in the city is that the Rod Wave situation. Now, what's your take on it?
Brett's in his lane and I'm in mine. He do what he do and I do what I do. And I perfect what I do every day.
And when would you say like the comparison started?
I don't know. Just everybody want to make a joke or something. Shit.
And what was like your reaction on the comparison?
Mainly, I really don't care. Because, you know, think about it. You compare me to somebody that's great.
Yeah.
I'm still either be great or be better than what it is.
I think what Glock 9 said that when they was comparing Kodak Black, he said, if you compare me to somebody great, that means I'm gonna be great. Some shit like that. Did you ever meet Rod Wave?
Shit, a long time ago, before he really got famous.
Okay. Now, for the people that like comparing you to Rod Wave, what would you say to them as far as like what makes you different?
Think about it. Listen to how I come on every track. I don't talk about no like down music. All my music is uplifting. It's a whole different type of energy. You listen to my music and you'll be like inspired. You'll be real inspired.
Yeah.
I don't talk about all that heartbreaking and shit. I mostly talk about real street shit that I really genuinely went through.
Okay. Now, what made you choose like the street life over the school? Was it like stuff you was going through in your life, or that was just?
Nah, I ain't really choose it over it. It was like I was so mentally down.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the bigger picture and what I was dealing with. So, real deal, it was like easy just to be like out there and be dealing with all the BS that I was really in school too. It wasn't easy for me going to school. They didn't even give me a time to grieve.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I lost my daddy and they just threw me back into the frying pan. They ain't give me no chance.
What time was it like around? I guess it was like in between school, probably.
Man, listen, it was the second semester of school.
Okay.
Starting the second semester.
Yeah, so you have it.
I lost him on the 30th of November.
That's crazy. Now, do you want to speak on it? Like,
I can.
yeah.
Like, you know, that type of pain, it does hurt.
Yeah.
But, shoot, at the end of the day, every obstacle, every mountain that's in your way, you got to learn how to get over it sooner or later. Because if you don't, it'll slowly kill you.
True. Now, what makes you different from other artists in Tampa, Florida? Would you say?
What makes me mostly different is because I got a genuine sound. And that genuine sound even comes from the pain anyways. So when you hear me sing, you know, like if you really hear me sing in front of you in person, you will feel every inch of my energy and pain that is in every bar and every lyric in my song. And you'll understand.
Okay. Now, from the project, what song would you say the fan favorite?
GSO.
And why you think they gravitated like more towards that?
Cause everybody had that moment in life when they look themselves in the mirror and they trying to find that inch of faith of what they, you know, like what do you see in me? Like,
Yeah.
shit. Cause when you first started, you see everything that you done went through and shit keep knocking you back down. You trying to find some type of inspiration that's gonna keep you to make sure you make it to that next level. So when I say mirror on the wall, tell me what you see in me, that's a real statement. Cause now you're evaluating yourself and you see exactly your flaws and you see exactly what you're capable of.